fourth race for the intermediate class. And our starters are off the line and the lights are up. Scott Finlay, looks like we've got one missing from the front row there. Wiggles must have had enough for the day. And Scott Finlay makes a good start there, making a convincing lead into the turn one.
Kerry Chapman again off the line is an absolute weapon, I tell you.
And Bob Irving looked like he slots into second place comfortably there.
And we've got business as usual with Scotty Finlay out in the lead, holding off the rest of the group. We'll see if Bob Irving can take any sort of solace from what we saw in the first race, and if he can hang on to the back. Oh, he's just tucked the front into turn 4, but runs wide, holds on to it. But that's going to give Scotty the lead that none of us wanted to see him get. Yeah. We got Bob Irving in second. We got Paul Bergman moving up to third. And we're going to see if Scotty Finlay is just going to walk away with this one as well. Heading into the last corner, Scotty Finlay has got a pretty comfortable second and a half lead there over Bob Irving with Paul Bergman in third. And it's going to be up to these guys if they're going to work together to close them down, or Scotty's going to head out on his own.
Scotty posting a gap of 2.25 seconds. So we should see that stretch out as the race goes on, I reckon.
Yeah, unless these two boys in second and third can work together. It looks like Scotty's going to be able to head off with another race, and it looks like it's going to be for that fight for that second and third place on the podium. Did you watch the MotoGP qualifying, Doyle?
No, I haven't seen a TV for weeks, to be honest.
Oh, nice, nice. Look, it's definitely not locked down anymore, is it?
Yeah, this is probably the most screens I've seen for a long time.
Mate, the boys at MotoGP, they love the conditions we've got here. A little bit of breeze, beautiful countryside, amazing and weather here in Hampton Downs for our second round. They're dealing with dust storms, and the wind was up at like 100 kilo.
Okay. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound fun.
Does not sound that fun. Speaking of which, anybody that's not Scotty Finlay right now, Scotty Finlay out in the lead. Looks like it's going to be about 4 seconds when he gets across the line, off in an absolute race of his own. Bob Irving's got a bit of a lead now over Paul Bergman as Scotty settles into those 13.5s that we saw from him in the first race.
There's a 3.5 second gap between Scott and Bob now.
It's just really good race management from Scotty. I think we saw at the end of the last race that Bob Irving and Paul Bergman are capable of doing those 13s, but it's just Scotty getting that initial gap, putting no pressure on himself to just turn the laps that he wants to turn without having to worry about who's behind him and what's coming. But it's all learning, and it's what Bob Irving and Paul and Bergman are going to be getting out of this weekend, is that they've got the speed, and that's great to see. But speed's just one part of the puzzle. You're going to need your racecraft and know when to push and when to be able to hold your line and to not have to go 100% balls to the wall like Proton Racing normally is. Looks like they're about to take off another lap for 3 laps to go, with Scotty Finlay leading this one pretty comfortably at the moment, sitting in those 13-second brackets. Yeah, just sitting there with 13.8. So consistent, so likeable, humble, green, and blue in the high sun sometimes. But no, great to see there from Bob Irving and Paul Bergman. They seem to have been able to settle the podium fight amongst themselves. There's a second gap between the two of them, but I think actually last lap Paul Bergman was half a second quicker than Irving there, so we might see that gap close down a little bit by the end of this race. But we do know both of these boys are capable of doing the 13s that Scott Finlay is out front doing at the moment, so we'll never know. It might just take one good lap, and both of these pro twins will be neck and neck as we come across the line. It's really cool to see the super light pro twin category, how many different bikes we can have in it. This is definitely the category. You build a race bike at home, and then this is the class that you come out and race it in. So it's cool to see that this class is still here, still going around, and It's a little bit less numbers. There's a lot of the boys that aren't able to race due to one reason or another at the moment. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think we'll see a bigger group next week at Taupo. I've seen that quite a few of the guys are interested and keen to come down, make the trip to Taupo and see a track they don't normally get to ride as much as they do here. So, yeah, I think it'll be a lot healthier field, and we'll see more racing and more guys getting track time in, and I'm really looking forward to doing more.
It'll be interesting to see the condition of the track improve under the new ownership of TQ.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be cool for us to keep going there. And oh, Bob's wide. That's the battle for second, so that is going to make that very interesting for the last 2 laps of the race. We've got Scotty Finlay all out on his lonesome, still in those mid for the 1 minute 13, which is a pretty nice pace. He looks behind and doesn't see anybody there, so he is looking pretty at the moment. But Bob Irving's just run wide into turn 4, so he's now got a Bergman all over his back wheel, and this is now going to be a bit of a battle to the end of the flag, I'm sure. Scotty Finlay coming up over the line for the last lap flag. Pretty perfect race so far. Looks like he's just cruising, rolling off a little bit early, still in those mid-13s. That's cool to see. And we've got
Paul's
Bergman up into second. Just that one mistake that Irving made is just giving him enough space to be able to make that move. I think Bergman here on a super light bike and Irving on a Pro Twin, so a little bit more of raw speed advantage there to Bergman's SV. So yeah, down that straight, he's going to be able to claw back a lot of the advantage. So Irving's going to have to put in a pretty good last lap here if he wants to stand on that second step of the podium. He's up the inside into turn 4. Oh, stands him up as well. Leaves no room there for Bergman to get back underneath him as he tries to shoot out of the next corner. Looks like Irving's at the inside to the Porsche dipper and holds onto it firmly. There's a bit of a gap there opening up, 6, 7, 8 bike links, 9 bike links, but we know with that superior speed from Bergman down the straight, we're going to see if that's going to be enough to take that second place or not. Tips into the last corner, there's a 6, 7 bike gap. It's going to be pretty close over the line. I don't know if Irving's done enough to be able to hold on to that across the line. We're going to have Scotty Finlay coming over any second now for another race win. Well done, Scotty Finlay. Just cruising around in his 13.5s all day, every day. Easy. And it's going to be Irving. Holds on. Well done. Over the line. It's a great last lap there. Made the move into turn 4. Just enough to hold off Bergman across the line. Well done.